Ladies and gentlemen, I found this particular story and I want to say thank you to those who utilized my email. And with this particular story, it comes out of a place called Rahway, New Jersey. I've never heard of this place, but I can tell you guys this. One thing you have heard before is my hashtag. Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. That is actually what this logo is. Our channel members and moderators have access to these to be able to post them in the chat. But that is hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. And I don't mean that it applies to every single situation. But what I'm saying is that when you are a parent, when you have custody of your children, what you have to do is you have to be a hell of a lot more careful who you have your children around. I think that's a pretty simple message. I still don't understand why people get upset about me saying that. This young lady that you see on my screen with that beautiful baby, they're two beautiful souls, two beautiful people. That little boy almost lost his life, but the mother unfortunately did lose her life. And we're going to talk about this because mom decided to go to the Thug Zoo. And you know what happens when you go to the Thug Zoo? Bad things happen, especially when you enter the thug lion cage, huh? Now, when we talk about thugs, we're not talking about a skin color, right? Everybody here understands that when we're talking about thug, we're talking about an action, not a skin color. A father faces extradition from Tennessee to New Jersey Monday to face charges connected to the alleged abduction of his 2-year-old son. Investigators also expect that Tyler Rios faces charges in the death of the young boy's mother, 24-year-old Yasmin Ure, whose body was found, and because they were initially looking for a body, they couldn't find it. They did unfortunately find her body. So yes, we suspected the worst on that, and it confirmed our fears. Found her body in a wooded area in Monterey, just east of Nashville. Okay, let me see if I can get her boyfriend's face back up on the screen. Give me a moment. Let me see if I can find Mr. Tyler. Let me see. It's a little bit small. Let me see if I can get a bigger picture of him. I think I have a solo one in here somewhere. Right here. This guy right here. That is Tyler Rios. That is the biological father of that little boy and the boyfriend of Yasmin, the young lady in question. Now, her family says that they have been inundated with messages of support that have given them strength, and I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that word correctly, given them strength, and vowed that the mother will not be remembered as a victim of domestic violence, but as a brave young woman who finally gained the strength to escape her abuser. How long are we going to continue to tell these stories? Every month, every year, every day, every week, we are giving people that listen to these videos new opportunities to not fall under this scenario. I don't want to hear sometimes it gets too difficult to leave. What you can do is not get involved with these decrepit individuals from the jump. Just because you like them at the moment, you got to start looking deeper. And one of those things that you can actually do as a preventative measure is to get a background check. Why do we refuse to do something as simple as a background check and understand who it is that you're talking about engaging in a lifelong decision with? It's a very, very simple thing to do. They quote and they say that Yasmin's voice needs to continue to be heard on issues of domestic violence, according to her grandmother, Karen Ure, who raised her. Not her mother, not her father. A little bit weird. We'll come back to that. Grandmother raised her. Didn't say nothing about a mother or a father. We'll come back to that. Her relationship with domestic violence and Tyler is a long relationship. And people have to understand it's not always just the person that goes through this. It's the entire family. The Union County Prosecutor's Office and Rahway Police say that 27-year-old Tyler Rios of Highland Park, is charged with first-degree kidnapping, but additional criminal charges are pending. Now, they're probably going to be looking at securing a murder charge, but a lot of this stuff is going to be dependent on evidence. So just bear with us. They're more than likely going to have a lot more charges standing against him, okay? They said that it was certainly a tragedy, according to New Jersey State Police Superintendent Colonel Patrick Callahan. That is a mouthful. I'm not sure whether we could have done anything different or quicker. We followed those criteria as put out there by the Amber Alert. Even though we knew the mother was missing and in danger, that really went out because of the toddler involved in this. When subjects change license plates and turn off their phones, it makes it very difficult for us to track them down. That's why we enlist the help of the public. As with all cases like this, we do a deep dive in connection with the Rahway Police Department, see if we could have done anything different. But from what I've been briefed on so far, I don't think anything would have changed this outcome. Police believe that the mother and her son by the name of Sebastian, and that's Sebastian right there. That bright little boy right there, that is Sebastian. Look at that. The mother believes that they were taken against their will by the boy's father on Thursday, which sparked the Amber Alert. The alert was canceled because they found the baby boy, so we can put a prayer hand emoji in the chat for that, because too many times I'm here to bring you guys such devastating news about our children. There is a loss of the mother, which is still sad, but one positive thing came from this story is that we are the advocates for children first. All that means is that we put children first above adult lives. So I'm thankful that this baby boy was found intact and alive. That's a beautiful thing. But the mother's body was not found until Saturday. They said it's an awful, unspeakable tragedy, but God bless that woman and God bless the little boy was saved, Governor Phil Murphy said. It's just a reminder of the scourge of domestic violence. No information on the possible cause of death was immediately provided, and New Jersey authorities did not provide additional details about the charges pending in the death. But I will tell you guys this. We will probably end up doing a part 2 because we want to find out what caused this young woman's death and potentially get extra charges against the man that we believe actually did this to her. So we definitely want to follow up with that. So you guys stand by for those details. There's a lot more to talk about, including the GoFundMe. The 2 GoFundMe pages. Y'all catch that? Let me give you the fair usage. We'll get to it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Now, you guys know that I talk about life insurance and GoFundMes a lot. And I still know that there are a lot of people out there that don't understand where I'm coming from. When it comes to life insurance, every human being that is born should have life insurance, or then your death should be covered by your family if you choose not to have life insurance. But I don't think it's a good idea for us to take our family burdens, which we all will face. Every human being will face death at some point, and push that off onto society. That should not be society's job to take care of something that mandatory comes with life, death. Everybody understand that? GoFundMe should be used for life, not for death. That is what life insurance is for. Why people don't understand my message is beyond me, but I know the AFC does. They get it. They're the smart ones. It's everybody else that I got to try to break through this ceiling with. But let me show you guys something before I show y'all the news videos. Can I do you that real quick? Let me do you that one time. I'll show you. And yes, you heard that right. There were 2 GoFundMes. Let me show you the first one. This is the first of two GoFundMe pages. This page was set up by Noah Juliar or Juliar, whatever, said, hello, I'm raising money for Sebastian Rios. And Sebastian and his mother were both kidnapped and killed. Tyler Rios murdered Yasmin and left her in the woods. Anyway, the person Noah, I believe they're trying to say that they're going to end up being the caretaker, but they are asking for $15,000. They have collected $7,000 of that $15,000. Here's where the difference is. This boy actually is living. He survived. I'm okay with this GoFundMe page, but I think there should be a few big caveats before they disperse this money. First thing is that this boy needs to be given life insurance by way of this money. Yes? Second thing, this boy should have a college fund or a trust fund or something. Huh? Those two things should happen first. Life insurance, trust fund, college fund. Then maybe worry about, I guess, other things after that. Because like I say, he's a young boy. They do need to get acclimated. But if you're going to take on the responsibility of taking care of this boy, don't make it seem like people need to be contributing to take care of his whole life. Because that's what you agreed to do by taking custody of that baby boy. Here's the second GoFundMe. I want you guys to take a look. And I made this as big on the screen as I possibly can. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. Let me expand this a little bit. Can you guys see how much they're asking for on this GoFundMe? Can y'all see that number? We're live right now, so I'm asking you guys to do me a favor. Take a look at this and tell me if you can see this number, because I know the screen is a little small. The number right there. Can y'all see that? How much did they ask for in this GoFundMe? Fred Hyde, H-E-I-D, is organizing this fundraiser on behalf of the family. They're asking for $50,000. What you're asking, why $50,000? Because apparently in this society we have enough people who just think that they're going to fix a problem or make people's worries go away or whatever the case is, and they'll put up these inordinate numbers. $50,000 for what? Let me tell you guys this. If you're saying this is donations for the mom and her son, then what would be the point of the second GoFundMe? That's a total of $65,000. Please, somebody tell me y'all heard what I just said. 50,000 plus 50. Thank you. Hashtag babies for benefits. Thank you. That makes no sense at all. 15,000 as a separate GoFundMe, allegedly to support this baby boy and the people who are going to have to provide for him. But why would you give $50,000 to bury somebody? Why? How much does it cost to bury somebody? As a matter of fact, here's another thing that somebody actually called out in my comment section, and I'm glad they did, because it's something that I said. You don't hear this from very many people. I've always said, why would we invest so much money into somebody's death, but we don't take that same energy and invest it into somebody's life? Why put that money into the ground? Why? The person's dead. You can pay homage or homage or whatever you want to call it to a person in videos and t-shirts, light some candles. Hell, go spray paint a mural. do something. But why would we turn around, and especially how many issues and stuff we face in America, why would we turn around and put that money in the ground, into a burial? That makes no sense. $65,000. If y'all think that makes sense, then maybe I'm the fool. Let's get it.
Yeah, Joe, Yasmin's family on social media has asked for privacy tonight, but earlier today they were very concerned as her ex-boyfriend, Tyler Rios, has a history of domestic violence. Now, back in 2017, he actually pleaded guilty to domestic violence and spent 88 days in jail. And tonight her family feels he might have done it again. The search is on to find Yasmin Uyar, and the toll it's taking on her family is monumental.
I'm just praying every second that we find Yasmin.
There were hugs and tears poured out as her grandmother Karen, along with friends, prayed for Yazi, as they call her, to come home safe.
She was really fun-loving, and she loved being with Sebastian. She loved taking him to the park and doing little, things with him. And she was just a good, happy girl.
Investigators say the 24-year-old and her son, Sebastian, were taken against their will by the son's father from their home in Rahway. The 2-year-old boy was found in Tennessee Friday night.
I'm so grateful to have my grandson back. I'm so grateful to know that he's okay.
Police say his father, Tyler Rios, surrendered and is now in police custody. But the whereabouts of Yasmin still unknown, and as each day goes by, it's getting more heart-wrenching.
Pretty much just hoping that she's safe, for the sake of her, her family, and everybody else.
Until then, the desperation is intensifying for her family, her friends, to get their sweet girl back home.
It warms my heart to see how many people have reached out. But I just need them to continue to look for her car. Because if we find the car, we'll find her.
Yeah. Well, they did find her.
You're following breaking news this morning. Police in New Jersey have called off an Amber Alert after finding a missing toddler. The boy's father is in custody, accused of abducting the 2-year-old and his mother, but she has not been found. CBS 2's Christina Pham joins us live from outside the mother's home with the latest. Christina?
Good morning, Cindy. New Jersey State Police issued that update around 6 in the morning, confirming the 2-year-old boy was found safe. His father has been arrested. The big question that remains is the status of the mother. She is still missing. Police say 2-year-old Sebastian Rios and his mother, Yasmin Uyar, were both allegedly abducted by the little boy's father, Tyler Rios of Highland Park. Police identified the father as a suspect after Sebastian did not show up for daycare Friday and Uyar did not arrive for scheduled work shifts. Police conducted a welfare check on the mom's home and found no one inside, then issued that Amber Alert many of us received on our cell phones. This morning, the dad and child were found safe in Monterey, Tennessee. But again, the 24-year-old mother is still missing. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is asked to call the Union County Prosecutor's Office and ask for Rios, the suspect. He is still in custody in Tennessee and is awaiting extradition back here to New Jersey. Reporting live from Rahway, New Jersey, Christina Pham, CBS 2 News.
Christina, thank you.
All right, new this morning, we hear from the family of a woman abducted from New Jersey and later found dead in Putnam County. Her 2-year-old is found okay and will be reunited with family. Elizabeth Lane is here to explain how deputies were able to find the man they say is responsible.
Good morning, Neil. This actually started as an Amber Alert, that frantic search spanning multiple states. Now, family members say they first got concerned when Yasmin Uyar did not show up for work. Her son never made it to daycare. This was Friday. Now, here's a look at the suspect, Tyler Rios. The Putnam County Sheriff's Office found his car at a hotel near Interstate 40 in Monterey. And after a forced entry, investigators say Rios did lead them to Uyar's remains. Now, Uyar's son, Sebastian, just 2 years old, he was found safe. Her mother, Karen, shared a statement on social media. She says her daughter had a restraining order against that suspect, and they hadn't been a couple since shortly after Sebastian was born. Now, Karen did travel to Tennessee this weekend, where she was reunited with her grandson, and she spoke with our sister station in memory of her daughter.
She was really fun-loving, and she loved being with Sebastian. She loved taking him to the park and doing little, things with him. And she was just a good, happy girl.
And right now, that suspect, Tyler Rios, is charged with kidnapping. He will be extradited to New Jersey, where more criminal charges are on the way.
Now, News 2 at 10.
We're learning tragic circumstances in a rocky history after a New Jersey mother's body was found in Putnam County. Hi, everybody. Welcome into News 2 at 10. I'm Eric Egan. This grisly discovery comes after the mother and her son went missing. Now the boy's father is in custody. News 2's Brooke Reese explains how domestic violence played a role here.
The manhunt for a New Jersey mother and her 2-year-old son came to a tragic end this weekend, as the remains of Yasmin Uar were found in Putnam County. But her son Sebastian was found safe with his father, Tyler Rios.
Her life already has purpose because we have Sebastian.
Today, Uar's mother, Karen, said during a press conference in New Jersey that the 23-year-old was in a tumultuous relationship with Rios for years, meeting in high school in Highland Park.
This is a long history. This is not like this was the first time this has happened.
The 27-year-old is now behind bars, expected to be charged with her murder.
At this point in her life, she had finally become strong enough to leave the relationship and raise Sebastian and try to have the best life that she could have.
The mother and son had been missing since Friday, but Saturday night, police discovered Rios's car in a Monterey hotel parking lot.
I believe what was going to happen was God's plan, and it happened. I don't think that there was anything else that they could have done.
Uar says she's grateful that her grandson, who will turn 3 next month, was unharmed.
He was very quiet when I first picked him up. It was obvious he had had a rough couple of days. But within an hour, he was back to his old personality.
Now back at home on the East Coast, Uar plans to start making her daughter's voice heard.
The issue of domestic violence and supporting it and being there for people and having tougher laws is what Yazzy's voice is going to go for.
Now, an autopsy still needs to be performed on the young mother's body to determine the official cause of death. Right now, her family is waiting to hear back on when they will be reunited with her remains there in New Jersey. Eric?
All right, real quick. Hey, what's going on with my brother Kurt Dog in the building? Appreciate you being here, bro. Real quick, guys, we need to have a few more thumbs up. We're at 278. We need to be at about 400 thumbs up because our goal tonight is 600 thumbs up. So if you guys would, especially in memory of this baby, we were able to find out that this baby boy is actually going to be fine, which is great. So if y'all would, if nothing else, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and share the stream. We are sitting and stuck at 278 when I would love to be at about 400 right now. So if y'all would, it will bring more people here to be able to see the story. It's free, and it only takes you just a second to be able to do that, okay? But I want to give you guys my closing thoughts. We still have one more story that I want to tell you guys about, okay? Turn the mic up just a little bit. My closing thoughts about this story is very simple. You don't have to worry about trying to educate women how to get out of domestic violence relationships if you teach them the signs of a bad person. That generally comes from the father, the biological father, which is why it is so important in our society for us to have biological mothers and biological fathers in the nuclear family, in the household, together, raising these kids. Because one thing that fathers do is we recognize when these men are terrible people. Even without a background check, that's something that a father can sense. We can pick up on that. And there's no way that if this girl had a father in her life, the father would have stood for her to be in this relationship at all. But here's the caveat to that. Here's the caveat to that. You know how they talk about you make your bed and you lay in it? And I know people might not like me saying that, especially with this story, but it's very necessary for me to say. This woman was grown. She was not a little kid. She's a grown woman. She chose to be in a relationship with this man. She chose to stay with him. She wasn't forced to have a child. She chose to get pregnant by this man and have a baby. Do some of y'all think I'm being a little bit mean by saying that? Let me show y'all something real quick. Y'all see this? My body, my choice. Being pregnant is not a forced thing. Not in this society. Our society empowers women to be able to make their decisions with their body. If they choose to lay down with a man, no man can do with a woman what a woman will not allow that man to do. Women have an amazing power, especially in 2021. Yes? Women are not forced to do a single thing. Therefore, if a man lays down with a woman, it's because she allowed it. If a man was in a relationship with this woman, it's because she allowed it. She chose it. She allowed it. She became pregnant by this man. She chose it and allowed it. She chose to have unprotected sex with this man. Please stop me if I'm wrong at any point. She chose it and she allowed unprotected sex. Not only to make her susceptible to disease, but susceptible to pregnancy. She then chose to not go about day after pills. She then chose to carry this baby to full term, have it, and stay in a relationship with her thug boyfriend. At what point do we say, if this were my daughter, or do you say to your daughter or to your family, your friends, your girlfriends, your homegirls, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. And if you make that bed, then as a friend, we're going to back up and be like, you know what? You made your choice. But here's where it becomes selfish. Here's where it becomes selfish. Let me show you guys something. Now when you involve a baby, you have to do more than think about just yourself. Now you have a whole nother human being that is now being affected by your choices. Does everybody understand where I'm coming from? This baby boy is now having to deal with and suffer for all of the choices that you are making. And all I'm saying is that you have to be very careful about the choices that you are making. Who you choose to talk to, who you choose to befriend, who you choose to be attracted to, because you do have control over all of this. At every single point of this, she had control over it. If she would have put up her hands and said, you know what? I don't like your face. I don't want to talk to you. I looked up your criminal record. I don't want to be in a relationship with you. I don't want to have sex with you. I don't want to have a baby by you. I don't want to live with you. Huh? Here's what my responsible sisters and women understand. And shout out to my beautiful ladies out there. Shout out to my beautiful ladies out there that understand where I'm coming from. And they do not get mad at my words. Please understand this. Y'all can't continue to show this clear disregard for contradiction when you talk about we're the strongest, women are the strongest, women develop the quickest, women are the smartest, and women can do anything a man can do, and then turn around and be like, everything that happens to me, I'm a victim of my circumstance. Those two things don't go together. You can't be all strong and independent and then be all weak over here on this side. Please understand that. I will give you credit for the power that you have, and you have the power to not end up in situations like this. Now, can we do anything about this situation for this young girl, Yasmin? Absolutely not. But who can we help? Who can we help? I can help you if you're listening. I can help your daughter if your daughter is listening to you, and you make sure and give them that information. To any young women that are out there listening, you don't have to do a single thing, but you do have to be responsible and live with the choices that you make. And I implore you to make positive choices and do the best that you can. We're not all are going to make the smartest choices. We all make mistakes. But what we have to do is use these situations as cautionary tales, learn from them, and get better, okay? So I want to put a prayer hands up for that baby boy, RIP to the mother, to a thug boyfriend. We'll do an update on this, and we're going to let y'all know how many life sentences he gets in prison, all right? I'm DJ Just J. We're the AFC, where dating thugs leads to death. Been telling y'all that. You heard me? Stop fooling with these GoFundMes. Start being responsible. Get some life insurance. GerberLife.com, AAA, 2 great places to start. Check those out. Peace. Guys, that's our first story. I want to bring you guys a second story if you don't mind, because we need to talk about another thug, if that's okay. Now, I know I asked for people to click that thumbs up if y'all would. Help your boy out real quick. My voice is starting to go out on me. Excuse me. So I'm going to do the best that I can. Why do I hear birds? Like, they sound really close. I can hear everything for some strange reason. But yeah, thank you guys so much, man. Y'all showing love out there. And I appreciate, I forgot to tell y'all. For those of y'all who have been following my community tab, which if you need updates about when I'm going to go live, that's the best place to check. The community tab on the AFC. If you want to know, well, Jay, when are you about to go live? Check the community tab first. I usually will post it in there. Do y'all remember that woman that was supposed to come on here and she wanted to debate me? Y'all remember that? Well, that was supposed to happen at the beginning of the show. To be honest with you guys, I'm going to be real honest. She emailed me back and she said, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it tonight. Can we reschedule? And I want y'all to remember that this woman, this individual, hit me up, emailed me multiple emails, talking about I'm scared to talk to her and she wants to call me out and this and that and whoop-de-whoop. Like she was badgering me in my email until I finally replied. I said, okay, fine. You set the date, you set the time, and we'll go live and I'll let you come on and we'll talk about it. Then when we've been talking this entire weekend, this whole weekend, she picked today to go live. And then when we finally got to that point, I think she got scared, to be honest with you. What the hell is that sound? I'm hearing all kind of sounds. But anyway, I think she might have got a little scared. Maybe she bit off a little more than she thought she was going to be able to handle. But needless to say, yeah, she turned around talking about, all right, I'm not going to be able to make it. Can we reschedule? Well, look, ma'am, you've been bugging me in my email about this. I set it up, let you pick the date and the time. And then I just feel like I don't like for people to waste my time. I really don't. I really don't. But once I set up a time for you to come on my stream and talk, I'm definitely not going to keep giving you opportunities that you're going to continue to leave me hanging. That ain't going to work. That's not going to work at all. Let me show some love real quick to those who are donating. Let me say thank you to Tara. Tara with a D. Sent in a $20 super chat showing some love. So Tara, if you are listening, I did get your donation. Thank you very much. Let me welcome Leah Brandon joining the channel membership. So thank you very much. Thank you to all of our new channel members. Let me also say thank you to Catherine's Peace Out. Said you're definitely right and I love your channel. So Catherine, if you are listening, thank you very much. Also want to say thank you to Kwame King. Kwame King sent in a $2 super chat showing love. Tyler with a D showing love by way of the super chat. I can't talk. $5 in the super chat. Thank you very much, Tyler, if you're listening. Let me also say welcome to Beseda with an A joining the channel membership. Lala K, always showing love. So for all the little souls that were taken away too soon, fly high with the angels. So if you're listening, thank you very much. And also to, I needed to shout out, hold on real quick. Hold on, y'all. This is, Mary Smith. I think Mary Smith is in the chat. Mary Smith, if you're in the chat, if you're listening, I want to say thank you very much. To Last Chance, my brother, if you're listening, always appreciate you, man. Thank you. Jimmy D, as always, thank you. This one comes in from none other. Let me say, so I was looking forward to the caller. Everyone has their own opinion, but I was most looking forward to her apology. You don't get to call names or be rude. You are amazing. I appreciate you and all that you do. Hashtag, it's a we thing, not a me thing. And y'all know that is Leanne Engel hitting us big time, showing love in the PayPal. Leanne, my friend, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. And I think that was really weird because this woman called me. What did she say? She said that I am, what did she say? What did she call me? She called me a name. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. What did she call me? She used very specific wording. Let me see if I can find it. If not, I'll just go ahead and move on with the story. Y'all hold on real quick. Let me see. Spain. Where is it? Right there. Okay, it's not in there. I don't know where the hell that message is. Let me see. Sylvia, Sherry, Kim, Candace. I was going to tell y'all her name. I was just going to tell you her first name. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I don't know where the hell her name is. Sent messages? I know I sent a message. Oh, her name was Sherry, S-H-E-R-Y, Sherry with an M. So Sherry with an M, if you are listening, check your email, because I've been waiting to hear back from you and I have not heard anything. I sent her the link and everything. So Sherry with an M. I don't know who the hell that is, but let's move on with the story. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this particular story is a bit disheartening for a lot of reasons. We have two babies involved in this situation. And because of a father, a so-called father, a man that made some kids, I don't even want to refer to him as a father, but he is the one who helped create these children. Okay? And you guys know that I have been such an advocate for asking mothers to give the fathers, the biological fathers, a chance to be in their children's lives. But it seems like fathers like this set us back. They set us back because they make us look bad. This story comes out of Norfolk, Virginia. Those kids that you just saw on my screen, their names, those babies, are Yvonne and Demere Warren. Yvonne, E-V-O-N-N-E, and Demere, D-A-M-E-R-E, Warren. These babies were supposed to grow up together, fated by birth, to play, learn, and discover the world side by side like siblings do. But Yvonne would never meet her little brother, and Demere would never get to know his big sister. The siblings were born 1 year apart. 1 year apart. And they died 1 year apart. I want to make sure and give you guys a moment to absorb that, because that is a lot to absorb. They were born a year apart and died a year apart. Everybody catch that? Bookmark that in your brain. We'll come back to it. Their father is now accused of murdering both of them. A grand jury indicted an individual. Let me see if I get his face up on the screen real quick. This fool right here. Dwayne, D-U, and then Wayne. D-U Wayne. Dwayne Warren, 26 years old, was indicted on 3 counts of second-degree murder in Norfolk Circuit Court on Wednesday, and Warren was previously charged, let me say it again, previously charged with killing his 3-month-old son, Demere, and the baby's mother, whose name is 22-year-old Epiphany Andrews. Let me see if I can get her face up here. That's Epiphany Andrews, 22 years old. So there's only 4 years difference between them in age. And he is accused of killing them on December the 29th of 2020, this past year. Prosecutors brought a 3rd charge of 2nd-degree murder against Warren Wednesday, accusing him of killing his 3-month-old daughter, Yvonne, a year before beating her brother and mother to death in their Norfolk apartment. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Can we take a pause for the cause real quick? You'd have to ask yourself, if you're listening to this story, so you mean to tell me that this man is suspected of murdering a mother and her child, their child, and let me see, we're in July, 7 months later, he gets another opportunity to murder another little baby? Did anybody think about that? How? How? Especially knowing what he's suspected of doing. And you have to remember, we're talking about babies. What were these babies supposed to do? 1 year apart? How can they speak for themselves? How can they defend themselves? If this doesn't sound like a thug, and again, we're talking about his actions, not his skin color. This is the thug lion that I'm talking about. And remember, hashtag you date thugs, you date death. And clearly some people out there are not listening to my message. The news first learned about Yvonne's death in June when reviewing Demir and Andrew's autopsies. The Office of Chief Medical Examiner reported that Andrews and Warren had another child who died of suspicious circumstances on December 19th of 2019, 1 year before Demir was killed. Autopsy report. Y'all see that? I'm going to read that again. Andrews and Warren had another child who died of suspicious circumstances on December 19th of 2019, 1 year before Demir was killed. The Norfolk Police Department confirmed that they were investigating Yvonne's case as an undetermined death. The OCME determined that Yvonne died of suspected asphyxia, also known as suffocation. Yvonne also suffered from blunt force trauma injuries to her body, which were healing when she died. Bookmark that. The OCME did not determine what role those injuries may have played in her death. The OCME ruled her death as undetermined. The OCME found that Demir died of blunt force trauma injuries and may have been smothered to death. Does that sound suspicious? Asphyxia, smothered to death. 2 different children, 2 different situations. Smothered to death. The OCME's report also found that Demir had extensive bruising and scarring on his body and several rib fractures that were in different stages of healing. Again, those 2 things sound very similar. A forensic anthropologist determined that the fractures were consistent with abuse over the course of his short life. Y'all are about to get really upset about what I'm getting ready to say about the biological mother. Y'all ready for this? How is this much abuse going on to these babies that had different stages of healing, which this abuse happened over time, and the mom didn't know? Did y'all catch that? Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. For those who might want me to wrap this up and put a bow on it, here's what I'm saying. Here's what I believe. I believe the mother knew that this son of a bitch was abusive and abusing these children and abusing her. They're not even children. These are babies. I think we could put them in their own classification. Babies. Can't speak, can't walk, can't stand, can't feed themselves. And you mean to tell me that level of abuse went on throughout the course of this baby's life and mom didn't know anything? Really? Huh. That's interesting. Because I just did a number of stories on our channel. If you go back and watch the videos, how they're making it seem like the moms just didn't know anything. The mom was out till 3 a.m, came home, went to sleep, didn't check on the kids. Oh, wake up 6 hours later, the kid is missing, the kid is dead. Really? And you didn't know anything? You didn't check on the kid? And then it took you 45 minutes to call 911? Not this story, not this story, not this story. Another story on the channel. All I'm saying is it looks really weird, the fact that you have this much neglect going on. That's neglect. If you don't notice that your child has been abused, matter of fact, and I got to give a shout out to my daughter's mom, and I'm going to continue to shout her out and show her some love. Because my daughter's mom, even for me being a loving father, a caring father, a father who was there from the moment that my daughter was born, and I'm still in my daughter's life. I'm going to always be in my daughter's life. She went into mommy bear mode after it was time to take my baby home. And I think it took her maybe about 6 weeks before she felt comfortable leaving the baby with by myself, just me at my house. We're talking about me, somebody who loves kids, been around plenty of kids, have plenty of experience around kids, and she was still protective around me. And you know what? At first, I'm not going to lie to y'all, I didn't understand that at first. As a father, as a man, my pride was hurt. I was like, what the hell? I'm like, I know how to take care of a baby. It's my baby. Like, why can't I be in my baby's life? And my mom had to explain to me. She was just like, calm down. It's not a big deal. You are going to get your time. Be patient with her. That's what my mom told me. And shout out to my mother. Because as a man, I didn't understand it. But I can thank her for that, because even for somebody she knew since I was age 13, somebody she's known her entire life, was even protective around me. And you'd have to ask yourself and look at this funny looking MFer right here. I have to mind my tongue because I can't curse on this channel very much. And you look at this dude and ask yourself, how well do you think the mother knew him? Did the mother do a background check on him? Why would you leave infant babies in his possession? What qualifies this fool to be around babies? Not only being alleged to cause a death of one of them, but then you got a second opportunity to murder another one. That is bad on the mother's fault. Let's move on. The same forensic anthropologist who examined Damir's body on January 2021 also examined his older sister's body a year earlier. That forensic anthropologist reported similar findings from the examinations of both infants. Andrews, who birthed and lost both of her children within a year, also suffered a tragic fate, allegedly at Warren's hands. The OCME reported that the mother, was beaten extensively. Embrace yourselves. The mother was beaten extensively and was cut and stabbed 25 times. 25 times. For those who have listened to my channel long enough, what do we call that? A crime of passion. That is rage. That's all that is. That is rage. That's usually from somebody who is overly obsessed, allegedly in love with somebody, and that sounds like this dude fits that character mold. That guy stabbed her 25 times. She and Demir's bodies were discovered by police in the living room of their 6 Bay Street apartment after neighbors called 911 and reported a domestic disturbance around 1 p.m. on December 29th of 2020. Before his arrest, Warren issued an apology to Andrews and his family on Facebook, and although he did not name Yvonne or Demir, he referenced the 2 children in his post. Would you guys like to see that post? And if you guys are listening, if y'all would do me a favor and click that thumbs up. We have about 534 people here. Not too bad. But if y'all would do me a favor and click that thumbs up. Our goal is to try to get the 600 thumbs up if we can do so. 600 thumbs up. We're at 409 right now. So we're live. That's why I'm reminding the people. So I hope y'all don't get too mad about that. Just look down and click that thumbs up real easy. Let's knock that out. 600 thumbs up. Let's try to get there. But let me pull this up. I want to show you guys. I think I have the screenshot. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Uh-oh, that's the video. Let's go pictures. Where? Okay. It's a little bit long. It's a little bit long. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let me crop this out a little bit on the right. So about there. About there. About there. All right, let's take a look at this. Let me make sure. I'm sorry for what I've done. Actually, let me read this first one. It says, "My babies, I love y'all. I'm so sorry. I pray God takes care of them. Piff, I love you so much, and something, I'm sorry for not being a better and loving father to our babies. May they rest in peace. I took everything from you, and all I wanted to do was give you the world." So let me read this message and see if it's the same. This message says, "I'm sorry for what I've done is unforgivable. My babies, I love y'all. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I loved you both. I pray God takes care of them. To the women I've hurt." He said women. Jeez, what an idiot. He said to the women, not woman, not singular, to the women. To the women I've hurt, I'm so sorry. I really wanted to be better. To my family and friends, I'm sorry for everything I've done to you and any pain or hurt I've caused you. Mama, of course, his mama, mama's boy, because he probably didn't have no damn daddy in his life. Mama, I don't know I don't know what I am, but I know I'm not good. I'm sorry I couldn't be a better son. I love you so much. Piff, I love you so much, and I'm sorry for not being a better and loving father to our babies. May they RIP. I took everything from you, and all I want to do is give you the world. To my brothers, I love y'all. I'm so sorry for everything. Charity, I love you. I love y'all and pray, INPRAY, INPARY, This nigga is an idiot. I love y'all and pray that life gets better. This is hard to read. And pray that life gets better for you, and I pray that people get better. I pray that you all treat each other better and take care of each other. Like he treated the babies? Like he treated the baby mama? Really? Huh. Interesting. He's telling other people to treat each other better while he's over here murdering people. He said, I failed to be a man. I'm a monster, and for the things I've done, I deserve death, and today I meet my maker. Take care. God bless. I love y'all so much, and I'm so sorry for what I've done. My babies, may God be with you both. This boy is an idiot. But anyway, I think they need to go ahead and get him up out of here. Let me give you the fair usage. Let's go ahead and show you the news videos. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. For some people, there's just a special place in hell, man. Let's show these news videos.
On to at 6:30, new information about the death of a baby and his mother in Norfolk in 2020. 10 on your side obtained a copy of the autopsy, which shows the child likely suffered several beatings over the course of his short life. Police charged Dwayne Warren with 2 counts of second-degree murder in December of 2020. Police say he killed 3-month-old Demir Warren and his mother, 22-year-old Epiphany Andrews. Detectives found both bodies in their apartment on 6th Street in Ocean View. Further investigation into Demir's death shows that the infant had extensive bruising on his body, scars on his face, and a fracture to his left arm. The charges against Warren have been certified to a grand jury who will decide if the case will proceed. Warren is still in the Norfolk City jail without bond. He declined 10 on your side's request for an interview.
A Norfolk man is charged with killing his 2 infant children and their mother.
A grand jury indicted 26-year-old Dwayne Warren on 3 counts of second-degree murder in Norfolk Circuit Court yesterday. And at your side, Stephanie Harris is in our newsroom now with the latest from court and neighbors in Ocean View. Stephanie.
Tom and Anita, Warren admitted to 2 of the killings, issuing an apology on Facebook right after the murders in December. He was immediately charged in those deaths. Yesterday, prosecutors brought a 3rd charge for a baby who died a year earlier.
Yvonne and Demir Warren, sister and brother, born a year apart. Tragically, the 2 never met because they also died a year apart. Prosecutors say at the hands of their own father, 26-year-old Dwayne Warren.
He's a sick individual.
Neighbor Misty McCormick woke to the throng of police outside her apartment on 6th Bay Street in December when officers found the bodies of 3-month-old Demir and his mother, 22-year-old Epiphany Andrews. 10 on your side obtained copies of their autopsies, which show Andrews was stabbed more than 25 times and suffered blunt force trauma to her head and face. Demir was also severely beaten, suffered broken ribs, a bite mark, and was possibly suffocated. It's also in this report we first learned about Yvonne. The 3-month-old died under suspicious circumstances.
Oh my God.
Neighbors in disbelief didn't know about Yvonne until we told them.
What was the point of putting her on camera just to say that? I'm sorry, that was just weird. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just a weird person.
Oh my God.
What was the point of putting her on camera to say that?
Neighbors in disbelief didn't know about Yvonne until we told them. The medical examiner found she suffered a similar fate to her brother. Before his arrest in December, Warren apologized to his family on Facebook, saying, "My babies, I love y'all. I'm so sorry."
It's all tragic. Very tragic.
Neighbors want the death penalty for Warren.
I wish Virginia didn't do away with it. And I'll take whatever consequences might follow my words right now. But anybody that's sick, yeah, they don't deserve to live.
I 100% agree with her. And no, ma'am, nobody is going to be mad at what you just said. Matter of fact, we're going to replay what you just said. Let y'all hear that one more time.
Neighbors want the death penalty for Warren.
I wish Virginia didn't do away with it. And I'll take whatever consequences might follow my words right
Listen at this. This is key. Listen at this.
now. But anybody that's sick, yeah, they don't deserve to live.
Anybody that's sick, they don't deserve to live. Does anybody disagree with her? Or do y'all agree? I think that's real talk. Matter of fact, KLS, thank you. If y'all agree, type that in the chat. Type real talk if y'all agree. because that's some real talk right there. There's a special place in hell for this jackass. A special place. Right next to Satan.
Even life in prison, they say, would not be enough.
Because you're taking away our innocent lives. Somebody that didn't get to say so on what they want to do with their lives.
And this is not the first time Warren has been accused of a violent crime. We found charges in Norfolk General District Court and Virginia Beach Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court. No word yet on his...
Wow, let's hear that part again. Listen to his criminal record. Remember I told y'all, Mom didn't do no background check. Let's listen at this again.
And this is not the first time Warren has been accused of a violent crime. We found charges in Norfolk General District Court and Virginia Beach Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court. No word yet on his next court appearance.
Let me let y'all hear that again, because I called him a thug. Listen at his violent history. For some reason, the worst men continue to get all of these women and all of these babies.
It's not the first time Warren has been accused of a violent crime. We found charges in Norfolk General District Court and Virginia Beach Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court. No word yet on his next court appearance. Stephanie Harris, 10 on your side.
Man, the most violent people have no problem getting them a woman. That is the craziest thing. And we continue to put our children in danger. But again, I think that's really scary. The fact that he was suspected of murdering the first child, and somebody gave him grace, whether it be the mother or the courts, I don't know, and turn around and let him be around a second baby, and then it cost us 2 more lives. So in total, including his life, we've lost a total of 4 black lives. And I want y'all to remember how they say hashtag BLM, which we changed that and it stands for hashtag babies lives matter. But if black lives really matter, then why can't we look at these situations and realize this is not the government doing this to us. This is not the police doing this to us. This is not poverty doing this to us. This is not because we're disenfranchised. This ain't because we had horrible books and nasty schools that we went to. This ain't because our neighborhoods were poor and trashy. This is because the mentality is trashy. You have to fix the mentality and a lot of other things around that, around your area, around your circumstance will change if you change the mentality. The change has to start here. It has to be here, then here, and you will see it in your actions. That's what we have to make a change. We have to start caring about the nuclear family and stop dating thugs. Because what happens when you date thugs? See my t-shirt? It says, the advocacy for children, hashtag date thugs, date death. 2 babies and a mother are gone. And this fool is going to probably end up doing life in prison. Maybe they'll give him the death penalty. We don't know. We don't know. But he deserves it. And he definitely deserves an eternity of his soul suffering, especially what he did to those babies. There should be just a special punishment for that alone. So let me say this to those babies. Beautiful little souls. Let me get him off my screen. R.I.P. brother and sister. Young prince, young princess. R.I.P. Thank y'all so much for listening with an open mind and an open heart. I'm DJ Just J. We're the AFC, where we're going to continue to put our children first and stand up against thugs, okay? From my heart to yours, I love you guys. Thank y'all so much for listening. And we'll see you on the next story, okay? Peace. Want to say thank you guys so much for checking us out. Thank you so much to our amazing donors, those who have subscribed, our channel members, our people on Patreon, to everyone. Let me say thank you. And it's okay. Said not much sorry from Paula. Paula, if you're Paula with an M, I'm not going to read your whole name out, but if you're listening, anything 4 quarters and above is appreciated by me. That's no problem. Don't ever feel like your contribution isn't enough. So Paula, if you're listening, it's an amazing donation because at least you show some love to me and appreciation for what we're trying to accomplish and what we're doing. And for that, I want to say thank you very much, okay? Let me also say thank you, Last Chance. I want to say thank you to Mary Smith, to Jimmy D, to my friend Leanne Engel in the chat. For those who donated in the super chat, thank you guys as well. And everybody else, continue to support what we do. And let's continue to try to make a change in this world that we want to see. All right? Y'all show our sponsors some love. Y'all have a great night. Peace.
Nora's Authentic Designer has some of the most glamorous and stylish handbags your girl has ever seen. So ladies, if you want to get fly, and fellas, if you want to take care of your lady, please be sure to go to www.noras915.com. www.noras915.com. That's right, www.noras915.com.
Hello listeners, come mask up with Keyline Designs where you reap what we sow. We offer essential handcrafted face masks made with 100% cotton, equipped with a built-in filter and a slot for refillable filters. Our masks have many uses like riding motorcycles, ATVs, while out in public places, outside exercising, lawn and gardening, and helps prevent the spread of germs. We offer bling, sports logos, monograms, many assorted fabrics and colors. We make child-sized masks starting at the age of 2. Come join us today for the launch of our new website at keylinedesigns.com. Please be sure to like and follow our page on Facebook. Our links can be found in the description box of this video. Thank you.
Check out this wonderful organization that I'm proud to be a part of. It's called Bags for Kids, BAGS4KIDS.org. And check out their website. They really help a lot of kids in foster care, giving them a permanent piece of luggage and also a lot of items that they might need so that they feel that they belong, which they do. So go to the website, bags4kids.org. So go for it. It's a great place and they're doing great work.
Exclusive new products that you will only see on my website at www.sayitwithchess.com. These products are made special by my mother, Keyline Designs. The hoodie blankie, the face mask, as well as the 4-in-1 African head wrap. Now the way it works, it is a reversible bonnet. It has a headband that you can wear alone. It has a matching face mask as well. Please be sure to go over to our website and check out these nice new products that you will not find anywhere else.